Welcome Ziko and Chanel. We're obviously here today to talk about NHS blood donation and to the community, you know. So Ziko, I call you a superstar because you know, the blood donation for over 10 times.
Yes.
And Chanel, who's a recipient of blood donation and a sickle cell sufferer. So we're here obviously to have a conversation about the advantages and how we could help the community to improve in blood donation and to understand from a sickle cell sufferer, basically a bit more about sickle cell and the need, to encourage people to register with the NHS because we're on a mission, it's all about health and wellness and improving the livelihoods of our community.
Question for you, Mark. I wanted to know what made you partnership with the NHS and your purpose behind, getting people to donate?
First of all, I think the NHS is the greatest institution there is in the United Kingdom. And their motto is basically helping to improve the health and well-being of the society. And I felt that that aligns very much with what Dalgety Teas do, in terms of the fact that we, manufacture herbal teas which are normally contributing towards the health and well-being of the society. So to me, it was just a natural fit.
What are you looking to achieve with this partnership between Dalgety and the NHS?
Mainly Black people or people from African heritage suffer from sickle cell. Our teas are in most, Black consumer households. Yeah. So we felt what a way to convey it. Also the education to the Black consumers or the people of Black and African heritage. So basically what we in Dalgety did is simply took a whole side of one of our boxes where we actually have a QR code where someone could actually understand a bit more about blood donation and also go through the registration process. And you just take your phone and the camera and you just scan here. And it ultimately brings up everything to do with blood donation, from registration to explaining exactly about blood donation, how it helps everyone.
I think that's a smart way to definitely market what you're doing, definitely.
You don't even have to buy the tea to do it. You could actually be sitting in a shop and, or stop in a shop and pick up a cartoon and just scan it. 20, 25 years ago, most herbal teas are made with a lot of flavorings. For somebody like me, I grew up in Guyana. We never called it herbal teas, we actually called it bush tea. But one of the drivers for us also is all about back to community. So, this whole collaboration to us, it just aligns with our values and what the company is all about. Actually, I was told that, each unit of blood that you give actually saves 3 lives.
3 lives, yeah.
With us pushing this drive, within the community, how many lives could be saved? If you think 1 unit is saving 3 lives, and that's why it's so important. I think what we're doing, what you're doing, what our company is trying to do to save hundreds or thousands of people like Chanel to have also a normal life,
Yeah, for sure. I want to help 100 people. That would be nice.
Yes.
So I'll donate more.
Even to us as motivation, because I feel very privileged that I have both of you here anyhow. One a donor and a person who's a recipient. Actually, to hear the real story. Really hearing the real story really could motivate you in unbelievable ways,
Sure.
So it's definitely a privilege for myself, being here and having you two in the company, sipping some tea in the factory and just talking something like this is just good.
Tea is delicious, that's all. I've started giving blood, I think 5 or 6 years ago now, just because I had an interest in it. And after having given for the first time, I found out that I'm A positive and I've got the Rho within my blood, which means that I can help. Usually I think like other Black people that have my same blood type. And so with that, it prompted me to donate further because I found out that I could help others with that. And that's what got me to give so many times. I say so many times, but I've given 10 times. Yeah. I'm meant to give next time in July, Yeah, something I've been very passionate about because I've found out that I can help others.
Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely prompted me to keep on giving as much as I can.
That's great.
Donating blood is always something that I've been interested in, and so just finding out that I could be a positive impact to other people. It wasn't actually until I donated for the first time and when I found out that, I've got a Rho blood type, which can help people that have various illnesses, and it's low percentage in terms of the amount of donors that they get, and they need more ethnic minorities to donate. It prompted me to donate again. I was like, oh, what? I've got special blood. Okay, let me help. It's like, oh, I'm rare. Let me make a difference then in that case, because it made it more tangible in that sense that, oh, there's actually, this donation will make a difference. It was very rare for people with my blood type to be donating. It just motivated me to give more and more, because like I said, the first time I did give, I was like, oh, that wasn't so bad, that didn't hurt. It only took half an hour. Why not do it again?
I think it's always best to speak to someone first. That could definitely be the icebreaker to get people through the door, hearing it firsthand from someone like you that's done it 10 times.
Yes. I'm not trying to show off about, well, actually, yes, I am trying to show off about it. I'm trying to, but I'd love it if people gave more than I did. That would be great. When I found out how few donors that they had that were black or of any other ethnicity apart from English. And so that really brought me into giving, and then I looked into it, and within 10 minutes, I'd already signed up and registered for donating, seeing how easy it was to sign up. It was like, oh yeah, this is like a new journey, let me see how this goes. Knowing that it could be helping someone with sickle cell or some other blood illness or disease, then that only motivates me to give more. You
probably don't know how many people that you're actually helping. It's quite rare for me actually to even sit next to a donor, especially an ethnic donor also as well, if that makes sense. Like meeting a donor that actually gives and giving as much as you've given. Me knowing that I'm coming to receive my next transfusion, honestly, I'm just like, thank you to the 7 people that donated. So I just want to say thank you to the people that you've helped personally, because I'm a parent first before I have sickle cell, so it gives me the better quality of life, and it just gives me that extra time to cherish those moments as well. So again, recipients don't always get to see where the blood comes from, but hearing your story, especially being a black man and just donating as much as you've given, you don't hear that all the time. So that definitely needs to be, commended and just out there a lot.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Like I said, I've got friends that have sickle cell, but I haven't met a stranger as yet that has it. So even to hear the positive side of it, it only boosts me to give again.
As a sickle cell, someone who suffers from sickle cell, first of all, when did you know that you actually had sickle cell? Yeah,
so I was actually diagnosed at birth with sickle cell. There was a time when I was just boiling hot one day and I was rushed to the hospital. I immediately had a blood transfusion. If it wasn't for that blood transfusion, then I wouldn't be alive today. So sickle cell has pretty much been a part of my life since childhood up to my adult ages also as well.
Are you the only, you have other siblings that have sickle cell?
So it is a hereditary condition. And out of my 3 siblings, it's only me that has the condition. What sickle cell essentially does is my red cells are shaped like a C shape, like a crescent shape. Our red cells get stuck in the vessels. So when they get stuck in the vessels, it actually means that there's not enough oxygen circulating around the body. That means excruciating pain. So wherever there's lack of oxygen, that doesn't get to your vital organs. That's when we experience crucial pains such as a crisis. And that's what a sickle cell crisis means. It's painful and it's unbearable. With sickle cell, it's a very complex condition. It impacts at least 15,000 adults in the UK, and it's the fastest growing genetic disease in the UK.
Wow. How did it affect your family?
Growing up in the 1980s, there wasn't enough education around sickle cell, so I guess it was really difficult for my family to learn how to care for me. When you look at me, you don't look at me and see that I have sickle cell. Sickle cell is an invisible condition, so I've always had to be vocal and advocate for that. It's been challenging.
And how often do you normally have to go to the hospital or to the center that you normally have this transfusion?
I've been having regular blood transfusions for the last 3 years, I would say. What that means is every 5 weeks, I have to have 7 units of blood. So that's 7 units of ethnically matched blood. So, when I hear Ziko say that he's donated 10 times, that's extremely rare for a black person to donate. So for me, I'm in awe of that, because that's something selfless that someone else has done. Interestingly enough, yesterday I had my transfusion, and what people don't understand is I have them at least 10 to 11 times in the year. When I calculate that, that's about 70 to 77 units, meaning each unit of blood represents one person. So that's 70 people, 70 individual Black people that have actually donated to me. So
yeah, because I mean, from what I've been told, I was told there's different kinds of sickle cell. I mean, could you tell me a bit about, the one that you have or the ones that you don't have? I mean, I don't know.
I would say there definitely are different variations of sickle cell. And again, like you said, I can only talk about my genotype is sickle cell SC. And what I find and what the research is people with sickle cell SC genotype, you're more prone to have sickle cell retinopathy. Sickle cell retinopathy is when you have vision loss, and that's what I'm currently suffering with right now. But when it comes to sickle cell patients, every patient needs challenges. They're completely different to the next person. There's some people that have symptoms where they are going into hospital and admissions, back to back, where other patients might just choose to manage their sickle cell crisis at home.
Ziko, I mean, did you know anyone that actually had sickle cell that made you at least made the first step towards deciding, well, I mean, something, this looks like a proper human thing to do. I mean, I'm going to go and make a donation to make the difference to someone's life.
Yes, definitely, because I've got family friends who have sickle cell. When I was growing up, it wasn't something I was really familiar with, but I've got family members that have been unhealthy or unwell, and then I heard that they had sickle cell. And since then, like growing up, when I've gone to school, I've also got friends that have got sickle cell. Just as I've matured and found out more about the world, I found out more about the illness and that I can make a difference to it.